Let's bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, we finally did get video cleared. You are seeing the actual footage there of a bystander that captured the video on a cell phone. We have two totally different stories here and a massive investigation that is underway, being led by the FBI. You've got DHS, Pierre, Kristi Noem, saying this was domestic terrorism, that this ICE officer was reacting in self-defense. But then you have the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, and also the police chief, Brian O'Hara, saying there is much more to this story that is simply not true, that the ICE officer was not necessarily reacting in self-defense.
Well, Kara, we have a total disconnect, as you say, between what the federal government—
I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, these federal agents, they're not like, they're not your typical regular law enforcement police officers.
But he was very clear in trying to point out and urging citizens to peacefully protest and to conduct themselves in a way that did not invite more violence. I think the key here is that the video, there apparently is going to be body camera video from the ICE agent perspective. They're going to have to go through that video frame by frame. But I think the key here is that law enforcement officials from DHS perspective, they are loud and they're clear. As you say, the Secretary of Homeland Security calling this an act of domestic terrorism. They put out a statement that the woman was using the vehicle as a weapon to try to run over the ICE officers, that there were ICE officers injured. All those things now have to be investigated by the FBI. Also, the state police officials will be involved in this investigation. But Kira, what you've seen over the last few months is as ICE expands their efforts across the country, tensions in the communities are rising. And there has to be, going forward, it would seem to me, more education about how people are to conduct themselves in these situations as well. But again, the investigation will have to—
Like, you can't do whatever you want or whatever you feel. You can't use your vehicle as a weapon. I don't know what YouTube videos. It's just unfortunate that she had to lose her life. It's very unfortunate and crazy. Crazy. I'm gonna show y'all a different video from another, like, different angles, but this is how we do in 2026. It's crazy.
White woman. She appeared to be in the vehicle alone, is what the police chief said, but the spouse has made it to the hospital. But we probably should take you back just a little bit about just some of the chain of events that have happened now that we have some of that information confirmed.
And interestingly, we really still haven't learned what the initial call was, why ICE was there in the first place, who they may have been looking for. But we know that—
I mean, we know why they were there. Majority of the time, they're executing a warrant. They have a legal migrant that's wanted for whatever charges it is, whether he's here illegally, and they're trying to execute the warrant. So you cannot stop federal agents from executing warrants, or you cannot use weapons, whether it's a rock, a vehicle, a bat. That is considered a deadly weapon. And each time you do that, you put your life at risk. And some of y'all need to understand that. Like, it's unfortunate that she lost her life, but at the same time, it's like, we gotta do better. We gotta be smarter.
While ICE agents were there, according to Mayor Frey, there were about a dozen or so plus agents there, and that, you know, we've seen, there's some video out there. We're actually going to be showing it to you here shortly, so you can see for yourself. But in the course of of them looking for somebody, people started to gather, crowd started to gather, more law enforcement shows up. And I'm not exactly sure at what point the incident happened with the woman in the vehicle, but we know that there was a woman in the vehicle, and according to again, you'll see the video for yourself and you can kind of watch. There are two narratives here, one from the Trump administration, which we'll read to you in a second, and then one we just heard from local law enforcement. Okay, and Ryan's telling me that we are actually ready to show the video. So before we layer too much context here, why don't we just let you watch this? But we're going to do this in a very sort of deliberate way.
Yeah.
Let people know
Absolutely.
that this is video we're showing for the first time. You're not going to see it a lot on our air because we want to make sure that when we're showing it, we're doing it with a purpose. So there's no audio here as well, and you're going to see this sort of play out. So just a warning to those who may not want to see this. See the vehicle there. That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Yeah, three agents involved. One was kind of closer to the front of the vehicle. The other kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle.
Yeah.
There
So again, there's no audio here. We don't know what's being said. We don't know really anything else about this woman, other than we know that she was not the target of the initial investigation. That was confirmed by the police chief. But there are some other angles of this as well that are being looked at. So that's kind of one pass of the video. And again, right. Okay, thanks for letting us know. Sorry. So there is some audio to this, and if you go online, you can see. So now you can see the vehicle is crashed.
Yep.
And according to law enforcement here in the Twin Cities, that woman was shot, and then the vehicle drove into the snow there, as you can see. So this is kind of the aftermath right now. This video is turned the other way. We want to just show.
What I can see is that she came very close to striking the ICE agent. If he didn't jump out the way, he probably would have got killed. Oh, unfortunate.
Watching this together along with you, but as you can see there, you see all these houses and these homes along Portland Avenue. We know that this is a residential area. So again,
we don't have the full scope of the story. We don't know what happened prior. So
a lot of these ICE agents were out there, and they say observers were out there as well. These are people that are just documenting what is going on. And so we know from the police chief's perspective, he just says that he knows that she was a woman that was in her car and she was walking the road.
Yeah.
And that's about all the information that we know.
Okay, right. You let me know when this is played out completely. Or
listen, if it's the case where you're trying to stop ICE agents from executing a warrant or an arrest, it's not worth risking your life. And I heard she has a 6-year-old. Like, you should be home drinking hot chocolate right now. Like, why are you out? And then if they tell you to get out the car, all you got to do is get out the car. Why drive off? Some would say, oh, he didn't have to shoot. He could have shot out the tires. I'm like, this is not the movies. I mean, many things could have, who knows? Just an unfortunate, sad situation. And also, you don't know what that ICE agent he's going through right now. He just killed somebody. So, yeah. And these people are just, you see them, they're yelling, they're screaming, they're just carrying on, like just causing more problems. Just like, go home, lady. What are these, paid protesters? Like, what are you doing? This is another video.
If we could just hang on for just 1 second. Now that people have a little traction here, let's kind of watch
All right,
this.
so she reverse.
We'll let you just.
He's in front. From his angle,
Yeah, and you saw the shot fired there by the officer on the left-hand side of your screen. Let's read through the statement that the Trump administration had put out just a short time ago. I believe we have that up if we want to take that. Today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking. ICE officers and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them, an act of domestic terrorism. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers.